Hey guys, this is Cree. Welcome back to the right side of 50. Hope everyone had a great weekend. So, I just wanted to get a little bit into checking in with you guys and hope you're taking care of your mental health. Really, what I wanted to do is again hone in on those toxic folks that may be in your life. Let's get into it. So, I spoke a little bit last week on it, trying to first and foremost, you have to be able to identify, okay, who's toxic. Um, Whether they're narcissists or just people who they don't have to be a narcissist, but they're just not good for your mental health and the journey and trying to achieve your short-term goals that hopefully you've written out, and also your long-term. Okay, so short term, I mentioned me personally that my goal really is to either get comfortable enough with my processes at work so that I can look further into where I think I will be, or I have to decide, is this the right fit for me? Okay. Now, I'm not married to my job. Okay. There's I have about as much loyalty to them as they have to me. All right. This is not from 30, 40 years ago, where loyalty was relevant, where loyalty was present in the workplace, the employees. This day and age, there is none. Okay. So I appreciate having a job. You'll never hear me complain and say, oh, um, I wish this and wish that. Now, comfort, I do want to be able to be in a space where I can grasp what I do, so that I know what my future looks like for the time being that I'm there, because nothing's guaranteed. Your employer, they can get rid of you tomorrow, and being in Arizona, this is a right to work state. So, right to work states, you can chop it up any way you want, but my thought process behind it, I mean, I've looked it up and researched it, but the biggest thing I get out of that is they can get rid of you and they don't really have to explain a whole lot, if that's what it comes down to. Now, just to be fair, I would assume if that were the case, they would have a reason, but I don't want to even speak anything like that into existence, okay? Because I've never found myself in that position here in Arizona, where someone just got rid of me, and I haven't gone through that here. Anything that happened here in Arizona, I mean, it was always a choice I made and I left on my own. And because I didn't feel it was the best fit at that time. So that's kind of what I'm going through right now. Is this a good fit for me? Am I going to continue? Um, I am a person who, I have a lot of patience and I try to work things through. I don't like quitting anything fast because sometimes it's just a communication breakdown. Maybe it's something that I missed. I want to make sure that I get every part of what it is that I'm supposed to understand and do. And then the next step is, okay, do I see myself doing this for some time? Is this something that will keep me interested, that'll keep me wanting to do it? Okay. Because if you're miserable at your job, you're not going to be very good at it. You really aren't. It's going to get to a point that you're going to start not caring. Okay. Now, going into the topic at hand, toxic people. Toxic people, or many of us, and I'm sure at one time or another I've thought like that too, that the people around you on a daily, they don't affect what you do, in the work, with your work or your day-to-day activities, but they actually do. So if you are somebody and you have somebody toxic close to you that you have contact with pretty regular, and again, that could be a spouse, that could be your partner, um you have to set boundaries. Okay. So I'm not the expert, and I'm not going to tell you I am. I'm not licensed for anything that we're talking about now. These are just my key experiences. These are just things that I notice, things that I've heard people say, and it does. It can work. Now, that's going to, again, depending on who you're talking about. Okay. So if you've got that girlfriend or guy friend or someone who's always trying to get you to do the opposite, or they don't seem to understand how bad you want something, and they're just telling you, the attitude is, well, who cares? That's not important, blah, blah, blah. Those are people who usually want to talk about themselves. Those are people who usually want to address what's going on with them, and they really have no interest in what you're talking about or what you're trying to do. Those are people that I think are pretty easy to shut down. Those are those ones that you just don't call back, or you just text them and say, hey, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. They'll get the message and they'll stop calling you. Like I said, the only situation that I can see to be very difficult would be if it's somebody, in your immediate household, okay? Because that affects your short term goals, it affects your long term goals. So, the other part of my short term goal, I said I am going to get on some type of exercise regimen. I haven't actually um, broke it down yet. I mean, like I said, right now I'm in the very beginning. I won't even lie to you. Right now I'm just stretching, okay? Stretching, doing some arm exercises, and I do a little bit of walking during the week, no more than a few times a week. And they're not long walks, okay? It's just to get me moving. I wish I could, but I just haven't mentally set myself up to do it every morning just to get going, because I don't start work early. I wish I did it one time, but right now I have to go with what they want, and that's a 9 o'clock start. And for me, that's late. That's kind of late in the morning. I'd rather just work at 7 or 8 o'clock because I like my day to end earlier. Okay, and that helps me. I try to talk to you guys on my lunch hour like I am now, so that that's the best time, because my household is only empty for so many hours of the day. And again, um, nobody knows that I'm creating content. I haven't shared that with anybody, and I have no intentions. I mean, they'll find me, they'll eventually fall into it or what have you. But I would be one of those people. I have a couple of people that I would have no problem telling, and they would root for me. They would think it was great. They would watch the content, they would soak it up. But I'm not telling them for any particular personal reason other than it's just I own it. It's my thing right now. I'm trying to mold it to what I want it to be. Um, some of you probably won't get this video for 6 months. I mean, we don't know. I don't know when I'll get monetized, or if I'll get monetized. I don't know. It's a process. I'm patient. I'm not going anywhere. That's another goal since we're on that. I'm trying to be consistent with you guys. I've flubbed a little bit because of the holiday and not having the alone time. But that's also why I would like to move and get a bigger place, because I think that makes things easier to do. I can move things around a little better. Um, I want to go back to having a porch, um, or a balcony, so that I can get absorb the air, because it's okay today. I mean, it's I think it's in the 50s today, maybe high 50s, but that's not cold. You just need a sweater here in Phoenix, okay? So I'd like to do that when I'm creating my content in the future with you guys, but right now that's not going to occur probably for a few months. So I have to make do with my space the best way I can, okay? Um, Toxicity, um, I have some of that in my life right now. I won't lie, I do. And I have my ways of blocking it out. Sometimes it's difficult, but again, my think time is on my lunch hour. I used to relax. Sometimes if I was really tired, I would take a quick nap, but I haven't done that in some time because usually I'm doing something, whether it's cleaning up, cooking. I like to do that on my lunch hour. If I'm looking for things, I'm doing some research, and that's content related. Anything so that I can come stronger and stronger with you guys. Okay, so I definitely want to get my organization together. So when we talk, I can eventually start going live. Right now, I'm not ready for that, and that's again just because of the time constraints and the room. Okay, um, I go through a lot of mental flip flops. Sometimes, as we talked before, sometimes the seasonal depression creeps in, and it doesn't. It's not the best, but I work through it because I'm not new to it. This is something I've gone through for some time. I am overall very happy, you guys, so don't even worry about me. I'm a happy, positive person. It's just sometimes I go through those gray moments, those woes. That's all, and I snap out of it. Some of it may also be the journey that I'm going through. Perimenopause. I'm still I don't know. They say you're technically not in menopause until you've stopped cycling. I think for a year. So I'm not even there yet. I've just started having irregularities. So I wish it would just get over with and be done. Okay. Hot flashes, they come and go at night. Sometimes in the day, because sometimes I'm adjust. I swear. Sometimes I'll have this heat on because I'm cold. Then I'll get a blanket, just to save on the electric, and then sometimes I'll end up, I'm cold, and then next thing you know, I'm so hot I can't even take it. And it dawned on me not too long ago, like, those are hot flashes, because I don't ever remember going through that again. It's my body's going back and forth. So I don't know, but I have to go through it. And I'm not one that I'm not a pill popper, so I don't feel like going through, hey, I need this and I need that. I tend to think that, outside of the vitamins I take and one maintenance medication, I don't like taking stuff. If I have to take Tylenol, I will. I very rarely take ibuprofen, because they say that's not good for your liver when you take a whole lot of it and you're continuously taking it. I mean, that's what I've heard. That's what they say. But I take it if I really have to. I mean, if it's something where that's pain, because there's symptoms and certain things they say you should use Tylenol, and then there's other things that you should rely on ibuprofen. So, just depending on what I'm going through, that determines what I take. But overall, I don't like taking any of that stuff if I don't have to. Okay. Um, I always look at it in my head. That's just one less thing or one less problem, because I don't want to. I don't want a doctor to tell me 5 years from now, oh, do you take a lot of this? Because this is probably why this is happening, because of the overabundance of these pills. Some people don't think of stuff like that because they figure since Tylenol and ibuprofen is an over the counter type of thing, it means it's good for you all the time. Not always. So it just depends on who you are. I can't give you the advice. I can just tell you, if I don't need something, a pain med, I just don't take it. If it's tolerable and manageable, I don't do it. I just do without. Okay. So right now my head's all over the place. I mean, as far as my journey, what I'm going through, my work is still hectic. It's a little better. Every time I think that I'm going through a breakthrough, I've hit something, and I said, okay, this is, every time it looks like it's getting easier for me, I swear, I promise you, it hits the wall, and I have to go right back a couple of squares, because I'm not there. Every single time, then I have my manager um, send something back or whatever, something I forgot, something I didn't do correctly, and they're just doing their job. I get it, but it just kind of is a downer for me because I just when I thought I cracked the code and I got some type of organization down, something's not right, and now I got to figure out how I missed it and how I can do better. So these are all the challenges that I'm going through right now with work, trying to deal with some toxicity in my life. These are things that I'm working through. So, if you guys have any advice, of course, constructive criticism, I'm more than willing to read it and comment back to you guys and let you know my thoughts as well. If maybe you want some advice or you have a question, certainly I can address that as well. Okay. So, just took a moment out for you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Should be tomorrow. I won't promise that, but it should be tomorrow. Okay. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye bye.